Have you ever wondered why it seems so difficult to get out of the cycle of scarcity, even though you've done everything you can to improve your financial life? Well, the problem is often not in what you do during the day, but in what happens before sleeping. It's in this silent moment that your subconscious mind is most open, and what you put in there can turn into wealth or more poverty. Maybe you're sabotaging your own abundance without realizing it. An unresolved argument, that stress that came from work and kept lingering, or even that heavy news you watch every night. These are common habits, but they drain your energy, feed negative thoughts, and keep your vibration stuck in anxiety, fear, and lack. But what if you could transform this moment into a true portal for changing your mindset? What if, instead of carrying conflicts, stress, and mental images of scarcity to bed, you started using this time to create inner peace, positive views, and align your vibration with the law of attraction? Today, you will discover which 4 habits are keeping you away from abundance, and how avoiding them can be the first step towards a much more prosperous, lighter life full of new possibilities. But be careful. Some of these attitudes seem harmless, and that's where the danger lies. How many times have you gone to sleep with your mind full of unresolved arguments? Whether it's a fight with a partner, a disagreement at work, or a heavy conversation with someone in the family, these situations leave a negative energy that can last throughout the night. And when this happens, you are not only carrying the weight of the conflict, but also contaminating your vibration and your subconscious with a feeling of dissatisfaction and frustration. This is the opposite of what you need to attract wealth and abundance for your life. It seems like it doesn't make sense, right? You're just trying to resolve something urgent or explain your point of view. But as important as these discussions are, it's crucial to remember that your subconscious, you're taking it all in, and that includes the stress, anger, and tension of not having resolved the situation. The worst part is that while you sleep, your brain continues to process these emotions, and the mental images you are creating are the last ones it will have before it goes into rest mode. Now, imagine the opposite. Instead of going to bed carrying that weight, how about practicing forgiveness and end the discussion on a positive note? I'm not saying that you should agree with everything or suck it up, but rather that taking a step back, taking a deep breath, and releasing resentment can make all the difference. This opens up space for you to align your vibration with inner peace and prepare the ground for positive views that will guide you to a peaceful night. Positive energy. It's important to understand that by resolving these conflicts before bed, you are creating a fertile field for change of mindset. Your subconscious will assimilate peace, acceptance, and forgiveness, helping to attract better results, both in relationships and in other areas of your life, including financial prosperity. This is because when we are at peace, our energy aligns with the law of attraction, attracting exactly what we are emitting: calm, balance, and, consequently, abundance. But how to do this in practice? A good tip is to do a little reflection exercise before going to bed. Ask yourself, what can I release today? What can I forgive to have a peaceful night? This not only helps calm the mind, but also prepares your body and your energy for restorative rest, which, in the long run, can transform your life journey. The stress of work. Who has never found themselves rolling around in bed thinking about all the pending issues and worries that were left for the next day? If you're taking the tension of your office or financial worries to bed, know that you're doing your mental health and your wallet a disservice. Stress, especially before bed, directly interferes with your energy and in alignment with the abundance that you so much want to attract. Believe it or not, how you handle work at the end of the day can be more decisive than you think. When you lie in bed with your mind full of worries about unfinished tasks or how you're going to pay that bill, you're programming your subconscious to continue living in the scarcity. This creates a mindset of survival, not prosperity. The key here is to make a clear separation between your work and your time of rest. And here's a trick that could change everything. Instead of trying to solve work problems before bed, create a shutdown routine. Set a time to disconnect from work and do something that relaxes your mind. It could be reading a good book, meditating, or even practicing a simple breathing technique to release stress. This helps you reconfigure your vibration and to prepare the ground so that, instead of thoughts of scarcity, you start connecting with positive thoughts and successful views. The connection between stress and financial health is stronger than you might think. A mind overloaded with tension does not resolve financial problems clearly. Instead, she gets stuck in a cycle of anxiety and fear, blocking creativity and the ability to attract new opportunities. So, by creating a mental space of peace and tranquility before bed, you become more receptive to the creative solutions and opportunities that life has to offer. To get started, try establishing a shutdown routine that includes, for example, writing in a gratitude journal or listing 3 things you're grateful for that day. This helps shift your focus from scarcity to abundance and calms your mind for restful sleep. Don't underestimate the power of changing your mindset at night. A good night's sleep without the weight of work stress can result in a more productive and, consequently, more prosperous tomorrow. When you are about to sleep and your mind starts to fixate on the lack of money, it is as if you are creating a mental trap for yourself. Constant thinking about the scarcity and the negative thoughts about finances feed an energy of struggle and survival, which goes against everything you really want: prosperity and abundance. And, between us, what you don't know is that, by focusing on the problem, you end up nourishing your own difficulty. Your subconscious works in silence, storing everything you think and feel. When you go to bed with a scarcity mindset, thinking about how you're going to pay the next bill or how tight things are, you're unintentionally programming your mind for more scarcity. The secret is to change your focus. Instead of thinking about what's missing, start visualizing what you really want, the abundance you want to bring into your life. This can be done through positive views, or, better yet, with a mindset of gratitude for everything you already have. A law of attraction don't lie. You attract what you focus on. So, how about starting to experience the power of creative imagination? Before bed, take a moment to see yourself in situations where money is not an issue. Imagine yourself traveling, investing in new projects, or simply enjoying a life of comfort. Those mental images create a vibration of prosperity and are much more aligned with the mentality of those who attract wealth in a natural way. Of course, I'm not saying to ignore financial challenges. They exist and are a reality for many of us. However, instead of wallowing in problems, how about making the moment before bed an exercise in empowerment? By visualizing your ideal life, you are literally reprogramming your subconscious to find creative solutions and unexpected opportunities. It's a way to align your energy with abundance and open doors to new sources of prosperity. And how to start? A simple and effective practice is to write a positive abundance affirmation before bed. Something like, "I am open to new sources of wealth and prosperity that arise easily in my life." Repeat this as you visualize your ideal financial future. This not only calms your mind, but puts your energy and focus on what you really want to create. Before going to sleep, what do you consume? Did you know that the information you absorb, especially that from news or films and TV shows that talk about tragedies and crises, can have a big impact on your vibration and energy? The subconscious mind is highly impressionable, and everything you see or hear can infiltrate your reality, affecting your inner peace and its ability to attract abundance. Unfortunately, mass media tends to focus on negative news, fueling fear, anxiety, and even despair. The problem is that these emotions become part of your energy and settle in your subconscious while you sleep. When you wake up the next day, your vibration has been adjusted to a frequency of scarcity, which is exactly the opposite of what you need to attract wealth, happiness, and a balanced life. After all, how can you expect prosperity if you are constantly feeding your mind with information that generates fear and worry? Therefore, the recommendation is clear. Turn off the TV and negative media sources at least 1 hour before bed. This will allow you to disconnect from this energy, making space for the positive visualization and to thoughts of gratitude and peace. The good news is that by doing this, you will be creating a routine that strengthens your subconscious with mental images that promote tranquility and prosperity, instead of catastrophes and panic. Instead of watching the news, how about exploring more uplifting and inspiring content? It could be a documentary about people who overcame financial challenges, reading books like Who Thinks Gets Rich, or even a guided meditation on abundance. What matters is that you choose what you put in your mind before going to sleep, because that is what will shape your next day. By consuming positive content, you are tuning your mind to the energy of abundance and aligning your vibration with what you want to attract. After all, your mind is the key to the reality you create. If you spend the last few moments of the day immersed in negative thoughts or fearful stories, that is what you will be attracting. But by cultivating thoughts of inner peace and feed your mind with images and ideas that foster a positive mindset, you will be opening the doors to prosperity. Try doing a test for a week. Avoid consuming negative content at night and replace it with something that boosts your energy. At the end of 7 days, notice how your mindset begins to change and what begins to manifest differently in your life. You will be surprised by the power of this simple habit change. Now that you know the 4 attitudes that could be sabotaging your journey to prosperity, I ask, what will you change before bed? By leaving unresolved arguments, work stress, obsession with lack of money, and negative media behind, you will be creating new energy that is more aligned with your abundance you want to attract. If you start putting these practices into action, you may soon notice that your sleep becomes more restful and your days more productive. Remember, true mindset change starts with the small adjustments we make to our daily routine. And, of course, this includes what you emotionally consume before you lay your head on the pillow. So, how about starting right now? Try implementing at least one of these habits today and notice how your vibration begins to align with the opportunities you seek. Don't underestimate the power of a calm mind, focused on abundance and no forgiveness. Your journey to wealth, it starts within you. If you like these tips and want to continue learning about how to transform your mind and your life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. Let's go on this journey together towards success.